You are listening to episode 18 of the 3 Count Podcast, the podcast which covers the week's events in the world of wrestling. So let's get started.
This is the 3 Count Podcast with your hosts, Aaron Phelan, Adam Barlow, and Michael Titley.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phelan here with Michael Titley.
Hello.
And Adam Barlow.
Alright.
Sound a bit mellow today, Adam. Anyway.
You're smoking a lot of crack.
Because we've been speaking for an hour before this. Now.
Without further ado then, welcome to the 3 Count Podcast. If it's your first time listening, then thanks for coming. 3 Count Podcast is produced every week for your enjoyment and our amusement. So let's get into the show. So we had Elimination Chamber on Sunday, guys.
I don't want to talk about it.
Right, move on to Raw.
Right, let's move on to Raw. No,
I don't want to talk about that, so good night, everyone.
So, overall thoughts on the pay-per-view? Did you enjoy it?
Hit and miss, very hit and miss. Very high hits and very high misses. And I want to just say that for the first time in quite a while, I watched a pre-show.
You did?
One.
That's pretty crazy for you to be watching pre-shows.
It weren't like, it was kind of forced because I read a rumour that Tag Team Elimination Chamber was going to be in the pre-show. And then I thought that can't happen. Then I thought, oh shit.
What are you reading rumours for?
Reading
it
all
was
these
on
dirt sheet
Twitter.
rumours.
And secondly, why are you believing such silly rumours?
Exactly.
You know me, I'm the highly suggestible type.
Gullible. I think that's the word you're looking for.
I prefer highly suggestible.
So,
But anyway, so I watched it and I did enjoy it.
there we go. We had...
Bugger T just talked shite for 30 minutes.
He did. We had Stardust facing Zack Ryder on the pre-show. At least Zack kind of got something to do.
Yeah.
Stardust.
Cody Rhodes absolutely demolished him in the end. It was just such a shit match. Cody, why did Stardust need the win?
Well,
Why did Zack Ryder need the win?
Because Zack Ryder. Needs all the pushing he can get.
Yeah, but it's no point giving him a win if you're not going to do anything after it.
Well, maybe he could challenge for the Intercontinental Championship against Ryback.
maybe he could. That's not a bad idea, actually, you know.
Thank you. Good. Got me email, Vince.
Actually, bringing a good idea to this podcast, Mike. What are you doing?
I do once every week.
So, yeah, Stardust did pick up the win in that match. It was a decent match for a pre-show.
No, it weren't great.
Was it this match? There was a really funny line for, I think it was, well, I don't know why I think it was Jerry Lawler, but I'm not sure if it was in this match. Was it? I don't know. It was, JBL said something about revisionist history. I can't remember if it was this match. Anyway, Jerry Lawler replied, you know why JBL uses words like revisionist and thuggery? And it was like Michael Cole.
Oh, yeah.
No, why? And he said, it's because women love men with big, massive, throbbing vocabularies. It's like, oh wow, Jesus. It's like,
and then
what the
JBL
hell?
just went, that's why I've been married so many times.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
God.
really funny, that.
We had a good, but it does bring to the point that King just says the first thing that comes into his head. He called JBL JR.
I know, yeah, that was funny
And
as well.
it was brilliant though that he went, I'm not JR through the whole show.
I'm sure he said it a couple of times as well, and like Michael Cole and JBL just started like chuckling to themselves throughout it. Cause,
there was a bit where they just started pissing themselves it went on for about 20 seconds where they were just laughing.
yeah, I think he just kept saying it. It's probably because they've been recording lines, I think, for 2K16, so he's probably still kind of in that mentality. I think he's commentating with JR again, but it was pretty funny. It's weird how natural it sounded as well, him saying it so much. It just felt right for him to say JR, but that's a shame.
But it was JBL.
Indeed. So we also had the Miz TV segment, didn't we? Miz,
Yeah, we did that. I can't.
covered out dressing. Well, I don't even know what he was dressed like. He looked
A badass mofo.
badass. Not sure that's a word I'd use for it.
I would.
So it was a pretty fun little segment with Brian and Miz. I enjoyed that. Did you?
It was okay.
I thought you might have enjoyed it with Miz being involved.
Yeah, but not the way it ended. That's what I didn't enjoy.
Oh, what happened?
Go on, Aaron.
What? No, you can. You're
No,
the
no,
one
no.
annoyed
Go on,
by
there you
it.
go. You're the one who's probably pleased that it happened, so go on.
I don't
You
even
didn't put him in
remember
the
what
S slot, did
happened.
No.
Wait,
I'm
what?
gonna say-
Oh, I know. It didn't. Macho Mandel,
Yes,
whatever.
they
and
did.
Axel. I've completely forgot then what happened. Yeah,
Absolute shite.
yeah, it was a bit. I don't know. I don't.
The Mizdow came in the ring, and then
The
Miz,
Mizdow?
the Miz, yeah, and then Miz floored him straight away, and then Axel was just behind him, just stood there for about 10 minutes. He was like, "What's
hulking
going
up.
on here?"
He was hulking up.
Yeah.
Hulking up,
Well,
man.
what a old crap.
Get
Did
into
you
it,
get-
Mike.
Were you getting mad?
Yes.
Don't take much from Mike. So, so moving on to onto the main card. Main card. That's not even my accent
My
was
accent
kicking
was
in there.
spot on the other week. My accent was spot on.
So moving on to the main show. We kicked off with the Elimination Chamber tag team match, first time ever. Without a doubt, I would say probably the strongest chamber match of the night.
I think it
Yeah,
was one of the best
easily.
chamber matches I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was very good. I'll give you that. I think the match was brilliant. There was a couple of things with Lucha Dragons. Kalisto was all over the place.
I know,
really.
it's like Spider-Man.
Do you think that was an accident when he sort of couldn't seem to get up on the
Yeah, I think
chamber?
yeah.
the fact that like El Torito actually did a better job of it than he did, kind of.
It was funny though,
It
how
was-
Torito just jumped on it and just slammed him.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Essential looked pretty good.
I was just going to touch on that. Essential looks like the best they've looked since they debuted on the main roster, I think. It was nice to see them get a bit of momentum, but then, was it Primetime Players that came in and like
Yeah.
just eliminated them
yeah,
straight
every-
away? Like, drove straight through them, didn't they? That
I
was,
think massive credit though to Cesaro in this match because he was just
as
unreal.
always, he is unreal.
I mean, I've really started to like Cesaro these past few months, but
Great.
that was just unreal.
Yeah, Cesaro, well, and Kid as well, so good. There's such a perfect tag team. The chemistry is like unbelievable. You wouldn't believe that they was just like put together at the beginning of the year, these two. You think they've been working together for years because they've got such great chemistry, but like you say, Cesaro's unreal. He was great in this match. I mean, disagree with me if you want. I think the momentum...
I think you're wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong as well.
I think
Talking out your arse again.
I think the momentum kind of got lost a little bit when they got eliminated. Would you agree with that?
I think though, with all the stuff
Yes,
that Cesaro did, like that massive superplex, it just got the crowd so hyped, and then when he got eliminated, it was all like, oh.
Yeah, I think people was a bit disappointed. It was, like you say, there was picked up a lot of momentum, and I think
How
when
big did them chamber pods look as well? They looked a lot bigger than usual, didn't they?
I don't know, look the same size to me.
Well, if they were, it makes perfect sense why. Doesn't
Well,
it?
yeah.
Fair enough then.
No, it might not get it. You know,
No, I understand.
Yeah, 2 people. You know,
I was a
same.
bit
That's 3
disappointed.
people.
or 3 people. You know, I was so because I genuinely I don't think anyone knew that was going to be the case until the pre-show. Did they having all 3 members of the New Day in there?
No,
That
I was
really.
I was just going to say, I was a bit disappointed that, like, Xavier didn't play up to it a bit more. Because, like, he was saying, wasn't he was nervous to be claustrophobic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't really play up to it that much. Once he was in there, he seemed like he was just his normal self, like taunting and stuff, which, a bit of a shame, but it would have been nice to see him play up to it.
For him to be locked out of it and then screaming "free bad rule" or something like that, just to get himself in.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool to do as well. So New Day did retain in the match. I thought it was a very good match.
I reckon I predicted that. You know,
Did you? Did
I
you?
reckon
I think everyone predicted the New
Did
Day.
we? I think we all predicted that, didn't we?
I don't think Mike did. Mike did. You know,
Yeah, I did.
Have you got it jotted down?
you did. I'm sorry.
Did I get it right
did.
as well?
You did.
Oh, great.
That's displeasing to know.
So there we go. We called that one.
So what next did we have? We had the thingy. What one wasn't it?
It was Divas match,
Yeah,
wasn't
it was the Divas match.
Was it?
it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was. Yeah.
Was.
Yeah.
Or question
what
my
did you guys
order
think?
again.
Why did anyone know why Nikki Bella came out first?
I don't
Don't
think
you know?
this. as much.
But where is the champion coming out first? I thought.
I think that logic's kind of gone with WWE, where champions come out last. It does.
Right.
Always been a thing for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Lesnar came out first when he was champion.
He did. He did indeed.
That's how it works on 2K15, and remember, that game is a simulation of the real-life product, so...
Before we actually touch on the Divas match, did anyone notice what JBL said after New Day won the title, retained?
Was it a football reference, Mike?
It was indeed. It was probably the best football reference he's ever said, and I think JR, there you go, it's catching it, Thingy, Michael Cole and the King was saying like about Xavier Woods being, and he was like, "Oh, is it fixed?" and all that. And JBL just went, "Well, do you think it's run by Seth Black around here?"
I missed that. I completely missed that.
Oh, it was brilliant. Go back and watch it.
Nice.
I was pissing my sides.
Speaking of that, hasn't he resigned this afternoon?
He has. He literally just resigned, which is quite good for the world of football. Maybe we'll get a World Cup.
Well, there we go. So back to the pay-per-view.
Big news for wrestling fans.
So back to the pay-per-view anyway. Nikki Bella defeating Paige and Naomi. I was a bit disappointed in the match, I'm not gonna lie.
I think Paige just carried it, I don't think when Naomi and Nikki Bella were wrestling, there weren't much to it, I didn't think.
I think Naomi, once again, was...
very sloppy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam.
No, she were. Don't be at it. You talk about your ass again.
A mouth.
Oh, God. I don't know.
She didn't really do much, did she, to actually be sloppy with
Exactly.
Exactly
That's
what she did
do.
do.
With anything.
What she did do.
How's that sloppy then? I don't know, I just don't.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Oh, God. Yes. So.
I've noticed, no, don't get me wrong, I do see some of the sloppy stuff she does, but a lot of the things she messes up are moves that, I think I've touched on it before, are moves that are pretty difficult to pull off. And I think that and this isn't me defending her, I'm just defending botches in general. When somebody botches a move that is pretty hard to do, I think it kind of adds to it. It makes it look like it is really hard to do, and when you add a
but
there's certain occasions where, I was going to say, I know I agreed with you last time I said that.
Is she botching every time, or are we just sort of having a dig at her? I don't know.
I think it's a bit of both,
She was quite botchy in that match.
I genuinely didn't see. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just genuinely didn't.
But you're not saying you're right.
I'm not saying you're right, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I genuinely didn't notice anything.
What's the name of the move? Like the reverse, Hurricane Rana thing she did, where Paige, Paige.
Oh, that.
Yeah, she released her leg way too soon, Naomi, when she was up on the shoulders.
Paige really not got hurt.
So it's like Paige.
You know what?
Go.
I reckon that was Paige's fault.
How?
I don't know. I just thought I'd get you mad.
You're mad, bro.
I
think you say Seth Blatter ain't corrupt.
I think you're getting mad.
I think you're making me mad, to be honest, coming out with shite like that.
Paige's fault, man. What can I do?
Paige is just awesome.
You know what?
Say that.
Paige's hair fell out in the match. That's how much she
It
botches.
did.
Can't keep her own hair on her.
So anyway,
Nikki Bella retained, didn't she?
She did kind of subpar match.
At least Naomi didn't win, I suppose. That was the main thing.
At least she didn't, even though it would have won me a lot of money. But
and that was number 2 on one of my wrestling accumulates, the New Day and Nikki Bella. So that was 2 out, 1 more to go.
I can't that none of us thought this was going to happen, but at the same time, no, did I? So
I bet on it though. So after the podcast, it was because we.
You know what? Were you pissed off betting on things that you don't predict on the show?
I know, yeah.
You know what happened when we was talking about Nikki Bella not really being involved. I think he had £1. I think it's £1.5. What I put on it, I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna put it on Nikki Bella, and then I just thought, Dean Ambrose, maybe he'll win. But we'll get on to that later in the show.
We will indeed. So with that, we next moved on to match of the night. Would you say? Kevin Owens versus John Cena.
Yo, mate.
Well, let's move on to the IC Championship.
Are you mad, mate?
You know what? What a great match it was.
Yeah,
it was such a good match.
Absolutely fantastic.
If you look through me on Twitter, it was just a brilliant match. And it was just and then when there was a part in it where that fat fuck missed that moonsault, and I thought, he's going to end up winning this. And then when he did that clothesline where he did a flip flop, oh, he's going to get that powerbomb now in a second now and he hit it. And I just thought, please kick out. He didn't kick out, and I felt like Brian.
That was so good. Yeah, interesting statistic for you. Cena has only lost clean 4 times in like his established career, and that was versus The Rock,
Fucking
Brock
Rocket.
Lesnar, and who's the other one? And Brian. So there we go. They're the other
Oh my,
3.
other than Brock, what a load of shit.
That's it. So there's 4 people, and Owens is one of them 4. That's pretty special.
Interesting to me.
A rookie beating John Cena on his
He's
first,
not a rookie, he's a veteran.
on his first debut. He's
15-year veteran,
Cena
Mike.
on his first. What a load of bullshit.
I'm gonna try my luck here, and I'm gonna ask for a straight answer of Mike. A legit one, not an answer that involves he's a prick or whatever. Just a full-on, logical, rational answer. Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens are sort of going with the same, similar characters in, some ways. What makes Brock's victory over Cena acceptable and not Kevin Owens?
Pardon?
What makes you find Brock Lesnar's victory acceptable in the sense that you still like Lesnar?
Oh, I didn't like the match. I didn't like him winning like that. Never said I did.
Yeah, but you still seem to be a big fan of you, because naturally you seem to hate anybody that beats Cena a lot of the time.
Yes.
You know why I think it was?
But you don't hate Lesnar.
Because Lesnar's just like a beast. And
I think it's because he beat Punk.
Who did?
Lesnar.
When?
Oh, don't give him ideas. Don't give him answers.
What year was it?
No, but let's just forget that.
No, genuinely. Just put it. What year was it?
2013.
I don't think I was watching it. Oh no, I will have been.
Yeah, it was, because it was when Brian beat Cena.
Oh, well, that was a shit night. I probably suppressed it.
Alright, I'll dump the question out for you. What is
Thank you.
What is it you dislike about Kevin Owens? Is it from a character point? Is it from a being worked point of view, I should say, or is it?
I've said this straight away. I don't give a fuck if I'm getting worked up. Give a shit. I can't stand the bastards.
No,
yeah,
why?
He's being worked. Just...
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I've said this. I don't give a shit. That's how it goes.
No, that's great though. That's how it should.
No, it is really.
And what annoys me though is like it's sort of like you won't like before Raw. It's just like one where you think, fucking hell. Technically, a WWE rookie in the main shows beat Cena on his first pay per view, and that's just like.
Yeah, but he's not a rookie.
Yeah, but
that's where they're going with it. He's not.
He's a 15-year vet.
Yeah.
Longer than Cena.
Who gives a shit? Cena's accomplished a lot more.
Oh, God, mate, just because someone's accomplished a lot more, that's like saying, like, I don't know, some big popular, but that's like saying Justin Bieber's a better musician because he's accomplished more than...
musician than who? Tread lightly, tread very lightly.
We're not going anywhere with this.
Good.
Oh, good.
Good.
So, anyway...
Whoa!
Oh, you turned that perfectly there, Mike.
I knew. I thought I was waiting for Adam to like sneak a dig at Nirvana stuff like right.
Well, I did I?
I was waiting for it though.
Because actually, technically, it wouldn't make sense. Justin Bieber is a better singer than Nirvana. That wouldn't make much sense.
Yeah, because
Neither does what you said, to be fair.
All of them could sing better than him. Even Chris Novoselic can sing better than Justin Bieber.
Oh, well, anyway, we're not a musical podcast, so...
Right, good.
Was that right? I would agree with you.
So, it was a brilliantly competitive match with these
really
two.
Good. All joking aside and what have you.
I think
really,
it's,
really good.
once again, proof that Cena doesn't need to come out on the winning side to...
He doesn't need to, but he should do anyway.
Not even that, it proves that he can put on a really good match as well.
Oh, I think that's like...
This hasn't been in
known
doubt,
anyway.
ever.
I was going to say, even I don't like doubt that.
And you're a hater.
Exactly.
It's nice to hear that said out loud.
No, I always appreciate, like I said, Cena's open challenges have been my highlight of Raw for the past few months. So.
Well, I was still gutted that he lost.
No, of course, that's natural.
Yeah, it would be like, say,
Can't
Brian
doubt
had a 5-star technical match and he lost. I'd be a bit disappointed, but
Prick Owens prick.
That should be his new t-shirt.
4 t-shirts.
I was fuming.
Just going to point it out. So, Mike wanted Cena to win and thought Cena was going to win, according to my predictions here.
I'm not going to back against him.
I reckon you were wrong. I'm surprised you bet on him, you know. I know you don't back against him on bets, but I'm surprised you bothered in the first place.
Didn't I have my bold prediction on this one?
It weren't really bold.
It was bold, that was bold.
4 isn't that bold.
Yeah, but how long was he 7-4 for?
All the time.
Was it?
The odds didn't
So
change
you're saying
throughout.
he was the odds-on favourite all night?
Oh, Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
No, that's our favourite.
Thank you, Aaron. No, what I'm saying is, the match weren't that, like...
That's not how betting works, does it?
Alright.
But
I'll
yeah,
explain
no,
another
no.
time.
Yeah.
But basically, the favourites,
I know,
the favourites of the
that's a lie.
pay-per-view was
Yeah,
that the massive favourites were Sheamus in his match, and Sheamus, Neville, Seth Rollins, and everyone else was sort of down the middle.
I missaid what I meant. What I meant to say, I know how betting works. I meant like. So yeah, was Kevin Owens the favourite in the sense?
No, it weren't the sense, but it weren't that far off.
Oh come on! It was. I'm sure Cena's was. Anyway, we're not here to.
We're not here to.
So if I'd have
advertise,
if I'd have bet a decent amount of money on Owens, and would I have won a lot back?
You'd have nearly doubled your money, nearly.
Right. So they.
Yeah, because like I said, I had
it
4 matches on the accumulator. And...
I mean, Dean Ambrose winning, that was more of a bold prediction. A lot more, to be honest. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
well done, Aaron.
I was heartbroken.
Oh.
And then I thought, this pay-per-view can't get any worse. And then, what was next?
No, we had Neville versus Bo Dallas.
Oh, sorry. It weren't that great. I didn't really enjoy that, though. I think I was still pissed off about Cena losing, to be honest, but...
I think the match was mainly there to give Neville something to do.
I think that should have been on the pre-show, though.
I'm surprised it wasn't, to be honest. But
I don't think...
But then again, I think there wasn't that much to fill the card, so they didn't need to put it on the pre-show.
Well, you think, though, with Elimination Chambers, they can go on for ages, can't they? That's why I thought that could be on the pre-show.
Thank God the IC title one didn't.
We'll get into that later.
You know, it brings up a pretty interesting question now, and it's: do you need to have all the big names on a pay-per-view for it to be good? Because we didn't have Reigns on it tonight.
We didn't have Randy.
We didn't have Randy Orton. We didn't have Bray Wyatt.
No,
we should have had Bray Wyatt. We didn't have Rusev.
Well, that was an injury, though. I mean, they weren't on it for no apparent reason. It was just, normally they will find a way to get all the big names on there, whether it be in a tag match or whatever.
I think, though, in this era where there's a pay-per-view every 2 or 3 weeks, and they don't need to...
We keep saying this era. It's only been...
I think they're going to keep doing it, though, because it is...
If they keep doing it, then...
I hope they do. I really do like it.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's not a hater.
You can't. How can you build a story in 2 weeks? It's
because you can build it over the pay-per-views.
Yeah, but then that just renders the point of pay-per-views useless.
You're obsessed with rendering.
Exactly that. Exactly what he just said. It just makes pay-per. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't want to ever see a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. This was a nice treat, or I should say, this is a nice treat. Having Payback, Money in the Bank, and Elimination Chamber, obviously not in order. Very close together. But I can't see me wanting. I wouldn't like to have that as a constant thing.
No, it's one of the key strengths of NXT is the fact that they have 3 months to build it, sometimes more to build a pay-per-view. So it actually feels special when it gets there because the hype's been building for months. And I think with having 2 weeks to build a pay-per-view is pretty ridiculous, really. How can you build much in 2 weeks? You can't at all unless you do, like you said, you use the pay-per-views as an arc for the story, but it's not how pay-per-views should be used. What?
So let's move on. Bo didn't said you can build a Lego house in 2 weeks. You can build a story in 2 weeks.
Oh God.
So we had Bo losing to Neville.
I thought I was going to say Bo getting the win then.
I wish I'd have cleaned up.
Well, Aaron, but no, he didn't. Ignore him.
No, I
thought that was going to be the case, didn't you? He wanted.
Well, I thought.
I'm surprised you wanted it.
Well, Bo needs a win. Neville doesn't.
You say this a lot. Someone needs a win. What makes you think he needed a win?
Because what the fuck's he done in the last 6 months? Whereas Neville's just storming. Neville's brilliant. Neville should be. I hope Neville wins the Money in the Bank.
I've got some bad news. I thought he was going to retaliate with that.
No, we'll get to the money. We'll get to the money.
Yeah, we will get to the Money in the Bank actually later.
So Neville did the shooting arrow, or the red arrow.
The shooting arrow.
The red arrow, and he picked up the win.
He did.
We had, I'd say, the worst Elimination Chamber match that I've seen.
It's probably one of.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh, come on, Adam.
It was right.
That
You
was
on the pre-show as
shockingly
well?
bad. That was.
On the pre-show, I was when Booker T said it's going to be a former World Heavyweight champion. I thought, right, there's only 3 people it could be. It could be Jack Swagger, it could be the Big Show, it could be Mark Henry.
Oh my God.
And then I thought, Booker T's pretty hyped about it, so there's only one person it could actually be. I'm not trying to be racist, but it's true.
Oh God.
I think he's lying, you know. I think he had no idea.
No, I think he did.
I didn't have any
No,
idea.
saying you.
I was.
Mike.
Do you
I
mean?
was a bit disappointed when Mark Henry came out, but
I watched Jack Swagger. I think I tweeted Jack Swagger.
oh God.
No, were you just saying you predicted Mark Henry?
No, I predicted Jack Swagger.
Oh, sorry.
But what I'm saying is that there was only 3 people it could have been that I saw from. I thought, then when he came out, I thought, yeah, Booker T was pretty hyped about this. I knew it should have been him, really.
So anyway, the match began and it was going at a decent pace. And then Barrett goes and breaks the pod for Mark Henry, and that's when the match just turns
See,
to
I've
shit.
always wanted to see something do that, though. I'll be honest,
break the pod?
So someone else can come in for a bit.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, so
alright. It's alright when it's done purposefully, but when it's accidental in this case...
Was that accidental?
Yes. Did you not tell by the clear rest of the structure of the match where they had literally no idea how to do a lot of the spots?
Why did they should have just had Mark Henry's chamber open next.
No, but that's the thing, like, I think it highlighted, if anything, how, like, structured WWE actually are with their matches, because I can't remember who pointed it out. It was quite a high-profile figure that pointed out. No,
it must have been me. Then.
They pointed out the fact that it was like a group of guys that had just debuted in the wrestling business, and none of them knew how to like improvise. Because it was at the point where it was, I think, Ziggler, Henry, Barrett, and whoever else, Ryback. No, Ryback. Sheamus was still stuck in his pod.
Oh, yeah. That was brilliant, that, by the way. That was the one good thing in the match.
Really? Anyway. They was all stood in the middle of the ring. They was both, like, huddled together. And Ziggler was, like, blatantly, like, if you go back and watch it, you can hear it really audibly. He was, like, calling out spots what to do, because literally they just had no idea what to do with Henry, like, coming in sooner than he should have done, which... I mean, props to Ziggler for doing that. That was great of him to actually pull that together.
Good bit of leadership.
But why couldn't Henry, like, call the spots or something?
He was trying to split someone's wig, weren't he?
He's a 20-year vet, and he was just... It's like when he broke up that pin. It's like, what are you doing, man?
I hate when that happens in Elimination Chamber. It's like, why break up a pin?
It was stupid. Even commentary called it out, didn't they? It's like, it was just really, really stupid.
You know what annoyed me about that match, though? You know, when they got through out onto the steel didn't make a noise.
That annoyed you?
No, it genuinely did, because you thought, that didn't hurt. No noise, no hurt.
So you want them to get legit hurt?
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't want them to get hurt, but the sound of it, I think, oh, shit, that must have hurt.
Yeah,
but whereas, when you hear nothing, you think, get the fuck up. You're alright. Anyway,
well, alright.
That match didn't actually need to be in a chamber, which was quite funny. That match should have been.
It did, but they just didn't utilise it well at all.
What I'm saying is, like, if that had been a 6-man, like Fatal 6-way or whatever, it made no difference. It'd have made no difference to the match, I don't think. Or a championship scramble with just one pin.
Well, a championship scramble isn't one pin.
No, if it was one pin, a championship scramble one pin, it would have been the same.
Oh, right, yeah, get your point.
I missed the championship scramble.
Same.
Unpopular opinion.
No,
very unpopular.
No, I think quite a few people miss it. It was a good concept.
What did you hate it for? Did Cena not win one?
No, he wasn't in one.
Was he not?
I don't think
yeah, he was. I'm sure he was, wasn't he?
God, here comes out the statistics.
No, I can't remember.
Oh, Michael Cole, sorry.
Actually, you know what? I don't think he was. I don't know.
You know what annoyed me about this match, though? It proved to something I've been saying for months, that Barrett's a massive jobber, even as a king.
You've been saying it for months.
Getting pinned to R-Truth was just...
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. It's like, you've got your King of the Ring here that's supposed to be one of the best wrestlers they've got because he won the tournament.
hating this hate towards our truth, you know.
I'm not. No. But why?
Get me mad.
He lost clean 3
Because
times
all
in
I
the
get
space of a
is-
week.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
what I get is, how do you build? And this isn't a dig at you. It's a dig at anyone who says, "Well, why should this person lose to this person?" How else do you build somebody up to not being a jobber, if that makes sense?
Oh no. I'm not specifically pointing out our
He's
truth.
got to beat somebody.
I'm just
Our
saying
truth's
that
gotta be-
that King of the Ring, he should be beating some. He
Yeah.
should be not losing to.
King,
Right,
of,
yeah.
to him.
King of the Ring should be picking up victories over our truth, not our truth picking up
Yeah.
victories
Picking
over
up,
King
yeah.
of the Ring.
But what was funny as well is that what was it now? You know, before when he was entering, Michael Cole. What did Michael Cole say now? Let me just think. He said something really daft. It was like, "What are you on about, you?" It was something like, "Our truth is a veteran.
Oh,
a veteran
yeah,
is
yeah.
the dangerous person."
Yeah,
He's like,
that-
"If you met our truth, other than mentally dangerous, I don't think you're on the path there."
Yeah, there was a line, wasn't there, actually? I forgot. I can't remember what it was exactly, but he put it over like our truth's a really big, like, force.
Dangerous
Yeah,
person,
exactly. It's like, really, seriously?
It's like, "This our truth. This one here, this guy."
But, yeah, like you say, I think it devalues the King of the Ring tournament, really. It's like, what was the point of that tournament?
Bringing it back. What was the point of bringing it back? If you're just going to shit on
It
it.
kind of makes you realise that the whole point of that tournament was to get rid of the Bad News Barrett gimmick, which is a damn shame, because apparently, according to the dirt sheets, the gimmick was dropped because it was getting him too over as kind of like a face, and they didn't want that, so that's why they dropped the gimmick, which is a shame. But
It's a shame, but can you not? I can understand the problematic side of that.
yeah,
Unless
true.
they full on turn him face, and it wouldn't have been a problem. But then again, Bad News Barrett gimmick as a face, it wouldn't make much sense.
No, true. But anyway,
So anyway, let's get
It
into
is
it.
what
We
it
had
is.
what did we have? We had Sheamus. That was quite smart that with the Celtic cross in the pod.
yeah,
so he
but
couldn't get out.
the commentary completely missed the whole
Yeah.
point of it. It was.
Yeah.
It was like, I was a bit confused, like, what was going on. I thought at first he was legit, like, stuck in the pod, and I was like, why aren't they just sort of going over and breaking it or something? And then I thought, oh, maybe it is, like, it's part of it that he's stuck in it. But that wasn't made clear until we then saw that he had the cross stuck in it. And it was like,
Yeah.
it was like Jerry Lawler, or I think it was Jerry Lawler, he said, oh, look, he used it to pit. He like pits the lock or something. It's
Yeah.
like, no, he didn't.
He
And
used it to stop the lock going through.
Yeah, and then JBL later on then said something like he was struggling to get out and now he's trying to get back in. It was like, no,
yeah,
he
did anyone
wasn't
wonder
struggling.
how he full on pulled the cross out to get himself out of the chamber?
Mm.
So how the fuck did he end up locking it from the outside so he couldn't get back in?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
Surely
a fair
he'd have had to
point.
have been inside to put the cross back in.
Yeah, that's
Unless-
a fair point. That. Or maybe, like, when it opened, he put it back in and maybe it automatically, like, locks in when they shut the door. I don't know.
That could have been it, but it did make me wonder.
Possibly. Who knows?
So then we had Sheamus. It came down to Sheamus versus the big guy, and then I think everyone in the world thought, yeah, Sheamus has got this win. Piece of piss. And then Ryback somehow won.
You know
Yeah,
what,
so-
though?
Go on.
You know what? And you might have been about to say the same thing. As soon as Ryback got the mic and said, or whenever it was, he said it. You know, like some kid come up to him in a gas station and said, "Are you supposed to win?" I had a feeling that after him saying that,
He was
maybe
gonna
he was
turn.
going to win it.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
No,
yeah,
like
yeah,
he was
yeah,
going to
yeah.
win it. Just, you know, it strikes me as the sort of thing WWE did. I'm not criticising him for it. You know, to make a specific person's wish come true, kind of thing. If this was like a Make-A-Wish kid that he was speaking to or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know he didn't say if it was or wasn't, but it
was-
just yeah, go on.
It was weird though, because I, as you know, I look at like the odds, you know, through to see like, how it's
I know.
changing, see what the
You're-
rooms to get.
You're worse than the dirt sheet reader.
I know, yeah.
But-
yeah.
But the funny thing was though, is that I think they knew Ryback was going to win because Ryback was second favourite, and then all of a sudden he dropped, and I thought it's a bit weird that.
Well,
And
there
then-
you go.
And there you go.
Why do you
But-
look then if it spoils it for you? Why do you
It
look?
doesn't spoil it because I see where it's going at the moment
Fair enough.
because they do get it wrong quite a lot.
Mm.
I think that's well, they got a few of them wrong tonight, didn't they? One or two.
Tonight.
Nikki Bella, the main event, the Chamber, the other Chamber that they got right, Kevin Owens. They got 5 wrong out of 6.
There you go.
There we go. Then.
This entire pay-per-view felt like a curveball pay-per-view.
But
to be honest.
it's an Elimination
Yeah,
Chamber, so you can't really. There was
Well, it's hard, isn't it?
there was only 2 singles matches in the whole pay-per-view. 3. So.
Well, yeah.
So then we had after didn't Ryback set up before he actually pinned him for the 3 though? I didn't notice that.
Wait, what?
I'm sure Ryback got up before the ref hit the 3 on the mat.
Quite possibly he did. I don't know. I don't remember this.
Well, and then he absolutely gave. Well, you can discuss this and tell us what Daniel Bryan's arse tastes like, because Ryback had a good taste of it. Jesus Christ!
Oh, I think someone's mad. Wait,
I thought he was going to get on his knees for him.
I expected a heel turn out of this.
Yeah, I did.
It was like, it would have been kind of appropriate, but I don't know. He didn't turn
Big
out.
guy.
He
You
did.
have to ask though, Mike, before we started, you said, why did Ryback win? Or Ryback shouldn't have won. Did you
Against
explain
Wade
that?
Barrett, and there you go. That's why he won. Ryback shouldn't have won the Intercontinental Championship.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said before we started.
Why
That's just
didn't I
wondering if
say? I can't remember what I said now. Didn't I say he should have a good rivalry with someone like Reigns? Maybe they could go at it for the Intercontinental Championship.
No, I don't know. I just remember you asking. Saying that, you could have just asked why he won, assuming that me and Aaron are going to have the answers.
Yeah, probably. You normally do.
Because me and Aaron work for, the creative team. So
Yeah.
Well, normally, if I ask a WWE question, you tell me an answer. One of yous.
I try and explain logic. I try and explain logic behind things. I don't.
Well, it's
tell
normally the answer, isn't it? Did anyone? Was everyone happy with the showing the Money in the Bank thing? The Money in the Bank
this
lineup.
annoyed me to hell.
I can't. Why is Kofi Kingston in it?
Because 2 words. I could put it as 1 word. I don't know, but spot best.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
There
still,
we
though,
go.
he's the tag team champion.
I don't give a shit. I am looking forward to what he's going to do. He always does.
That's like saying let's put Cena in it because he does a good FU off the ladder.
No, it's not, because he
Of course it
doesn't.
is. Oh, he does.
John, come on.
Remember that one he did to Edge where he put him through 2 tables? That was like the best match ever.
That's pretty cool, but don't get me wrong. I'm not being tight. I'm seriously not trying to be a dick, but anybody can throw somebody off a ladder through a table.
Yeah, but John Cena does it so much better.
Not many people
calm down.
2 ladders
Rey Mysterio
as a
couldn't.
pair of splits, stilts.
Splits.
He'd probably end up killing him.
Or do kind of leg drop off. It wasn't a leg drop, a boom drop off a ladder. Not many people can do that.
Exactly.
I could try it.
Seriously,
I
Kofi Kingston.
might crack my coccyx, but never know.
If after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, when we do the review for it, you are not amazed with what he did, and you still don't understand why he was in the match, then
No.
The thing is, we understand.
But I don't think he should be because he's the tag team champion because he's got no chance of winning it.
The thing that's a
Why?
bit shit
Because-
about it is, like... No, go on.
There'll be a few other names in the match that don't have a chance of winning it.
All
Like,
of them.
Only
except
one
Reigns.
person can win it.
Is it
Yeah.
Roman Reigns?
The thing is, when you look at the structure of who is actually in the match, it's like you can tell that Reigns is realistically the only one who's going to win. It's like
Randy Orton
like-
ain't going to win it because he's
Sheamus is there to be the powerhouse and powerbomb someone through a ladder.
Yeah.
like a Sin Cara.
Kofi's there.
Randy Orton's sort of like the big name who you think.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
could win.
Maybe he's going to win it. Kofi's the
Neville's there
spot
'cause he's
person.
The
Neville's the
shooting
one
arrow.
there that's like the new guy, and he's probably going to get caught in an
Yeah.
RKO after doing some crazy flippy
A Red
shit.
Arrow.
And then it's like, whoever else is in it, I can't even think. They're just irrelevant and not going to win
No,
either.
fucking hell, King Barrett's irrelevant. No true words spoken.
Is
Is he in
Barrett in it?
Yeah,
Boss?
he's in it.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Well,
it?
there we go then. He's not winning. Are you sure he's in it?
I'm sure.
I reckon he's lying.
I'm not a lion, cheeky
Well,
bastard.
To answer your question, now, yeah.
I got money in the bank.
No,
I don't-
Barrett isn't in it because on Raw he was facing
Yeah.
Reigns to qualify.
Are you sure?
100% positive.
What year are we in? 2015?
Anyway,
And
we drifted off onto
to-
Raw there.
to carry on responding to your why is Kingston X is a tag team champion, don't forget Freebird rule. Xavier and Big E can fill in for the whatever tag title match they're gonna have.
Hmm.
So no, I'm actually glad.
Oh,
Kingston's in
Ziggler.
it. There you go.
Oh, well, there we go. He's
He's irrelevant.
He's the one that is
Irrelevant,
always
like you said.
running up the ladder, and he's always going to be the one trying to touch it, and then it's like,
And then
no,
everyone's
he
going to
gets knocked
scream,
off.
and then he'll fall off.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I
It's
hate
just
doing this.
ridiculous.
I hate predicting what's going to happen because it's like...
Right, just stop spoiling it for me.
Stop spoiling it here.
And we found out that there's going to be a rematch between Owens and Mr. John Cena.
This annoyed me as well. You know, I got annoyed at a lot of things, didn't I?
Yeah, you're such a rager hater. But I think Kevin Owens is going to win.
No, I don't think.
It's heartbreaking to say.
I think he might,
Do you think?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to say. And I mean, literally, heartbreaking. Snap it in half.
Grow up.
Yeah, but isn't it
Grow
kind
up.
of like the typical Cena structure? Like Rusev got the win at whatever
Get the win.
fast lane, and then
I think we're getting worked.
The Rock. I think you are getting worked. You're a pair of dickheads who are getting worked.
yeah.
I'm chill about it. I don't care what happens.
Stop getting mad
as long
at
as it's a good match, I'm fine. I'm not
Anyway.
gonna sit here and go the typical. Cena's gonna get his win back and Owens is gonna be buried. You know, it's
Yeah,
whatever
but let's
happens.
face it, that's happened to Rusev, Bray Wyatt.
No. Rusev's not been buried, not yet.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not gonna be, but go on.
Here's another touch. How come like if you do fuck ups in your job, you don't normally get rewarded, do you? How many people's Ryback injured in the championship? Is it like you said, I'll injure more people, you give me that or I'll injure, I'll go back there and kick them in the ribs, I'll break their legs.
Yeah, he injures a hell of a lot of people, doesn't he, Ryback? Unsafe worker.
Didn't Punk say he's either
Said he's an unsafe worker, didn't he?
he's stupid or he's vicious.
Ryback
an
said,
idiot or
I'm
he's
dumb
vicious."
as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm dumb as fuck.
Didn't he kick him in the ribs or something? Just like he was on the floor, so Ryback just absolutely stomped him in the ribs.
No,
I
he
think
dropped him off.
Yeah.
Dropped him out the ring and just full on dumped him.
Like
Apparently.
Rusev.
No, wait, no. I would say apparently it was.
It was
Yeah,
when
apparently
he
it
no,
was
it was when he was tipping
yeah.
Punk onto the table, wasn't it? It was on. I think it was pay-per-view. He
Personally,
went
I think Punk
tip
talked
Punk
a lot of what's the word?
BS.
Yeah, in that podcast. I mean, a lot of it you could tell was true, but we're not here to discuss Punk's podcast. Let's go on to the main event.
Well, no, that was nearly a year ago now.
Well, I just want to ask people. I'm assuming this is still linked to the Elimination Chamber match.
Probably.
Are you happy with the result?
No,
No,
Why?
because he want the big guy to win.
I'll get onto it more when we discuss Raw.
Okay, what about you, Mike?
Get on it. No, not really. I mean, out of the people who was in it, there weren't really many people I thought I'd rather have won. So,
No.
that's my opinion on the matter.
So,
Maybe. I knew Dolph weren't going to win it because of the Rusev thing, but I didn't know Rusev was actually that injured.
well, there you go. So, with
I
that,
know.
Let's move
Mike-
on to the
Mike on
main event.
Facebook. Breaking news: Rusev is not in the match.
I know.
Yeah, I told you on the podcast he wasn't. Oh,
Yeah.
bless him.
oh,
Mad that.
bless him. So,
Fuckers.
so
Anyway,
we had
Dean
our
Ambrose. Dean
main
fucking
event.
Ambrose.
That was a swerve and a half. That completely caught me off
The
guard.
match was brilliant. The match actually made me enjoy the pay-per-view again. Because after that Intercontinental match, I just thought, I'm going to go to bed. I'm watching this. Because I was really tired and I was starting fucked off because Cena lost. I thought, no, I'll watch it. Go on then. And that match was brilliant. Oh, God.
As
there was
to be
some great
expected from
moments.
Rollins and Ambrose, you know, they're always going to have great matches.
But, oh, God, when he did that elbow and he knocked out the ref, I thought, oh, here comes Kane. Joke's on his way to victory. And then that happened. And then Dean did Dirty Deeds. And then the ref ran in the ring and I thought, it's going to be the one there. 1, 2, oh, fucking hell, he kicks out.
Yeah, I
And
thought
he
it was
pinned
going to
him
be
through.
that.
I thought, oh my God. And I went on my phone, because I backed Dean at pros. I thought, oh shit, I've actually won this. It was like, congratulations, your better's won. We'll be paying you out shortly, because I was on my phone. And then it came up, and then the rest were talking. I thought, oh fuck, oh no. I was just trying to withdraw the money straight away so they couldn't take it off. And then I was just like, no, and it wouldn't go through. And then they said but it was like, Dean Ambrose has won. I thought, oh, thank God for that. And he went by DQ. I thought, that was pretty special. That was pretty amazing. That.
It really caught me off guard. I mean, I'm usually quick to catch stuff like that, but I really didn't catch on to that at all. I was like marking out. It was crazy. I was really happy for Dean, and then it did get reversed, but I think Crazy
I had
Dean.
it spoiled.
Oh, did you?
Not by Mike, surprisingly. Some fat cunt, I know. So you know what? You know you are. That shit.
To Jake Barnes. I don't mean that.
nameless. He doesn't deserve to have his name mentioned
We'll cut that out.
on this podcast. Yeah, that was a bit mean. That. I actually can't believe you said that.
I hope you don't listen to
That's
this.
bad. That.
We'll just say Adam. We'll just say Aaron said it.
I think he occasionally.
Yeah, it was Aaron. It was Aaron. It was out of nowhere. Aaron.
Aaron out of
You know what the
nowhere.
thing is though, when you see him in real life, you're up his arse. Right,
I know, yeah, because he's such a cool guy.
He is.
Ass licker.
Love you, Jacob.
You can't talk, Mr. Brian.
Mr.
Anyway,
Brian.
Don't think he even uses toilet paper him
Oof.
because he's a southerner.
So,
So that escalated quickly, didn't it?
I know that escalated quickly.
That so many people just got unnecessarily ripped into there. Completely irrelevant people got ripped into there for no reason.
Yeah, Adam, come on. It's a friendly
Why
show.
are you getting so mad?
This is PG. This.
That was bad. That was really bad. Let's get back on course.
so anyway,
Jesus.
Wow.
Did everyone enjoy the pay-per-view then?
it was like you say, it was hit and miss. There's some very good highs, but very low lows.
Like Massino lost. I know what you mean.
No, that's all. A very good pay per view that, like you say, just had its moments that let it down, but I did enjoy it.
What do you think,
Oh.
Adam? Aaron?
Adam, you mean?
I'm still dying. Yeah. No. Yes. Fantastic. I loved it. Yeah. You two bastards didn't, did you?
I did.
Sub-
I just said
yeah,
I
sub-
enjoyed
no.
it.
No. What do you call it on Twitter or Facebook? Sublime.
What?
Not you.
Oh, right.
Mike. No, Mike's our social media ambassador. What did you call
Well,
it?
Subpar,
Sublime.
was it? So it's subpar.
Sublime.
how was that? Yeah, it was sublime. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, wow, there we go. You just moaned about it, a lot
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I was hyped up because Steam won, and then he didn't win. And then
Did Steve
I just
now?
thought it was great.
Say, like, check you with your fucking IWC words.
What?
Although it's his real name, so it's not really an IWC word. But yeah, whatever.
So,
Yeah, no, good pay per view. 10 out of 10.
alright,
Would-
can't get
Eight,
eight
eight or a 7. 10 Cena would have won.
7 or an 8, yeah.
Adam Barlow doesn't give anything less than a 10.
I know, you never give less than a 10, do you?
Oh,
That's why his Tinder's full. His grinder's full. She's not even engaged. She likes them all.
So,
You know what I mean? Unnecessarily ripping into people.
so before we move on, we'll get into our lovely shout outs to Pro Wrestling Powerhouse.
See, we tried this and we couldn't do it as well as
I
you.
noticed this when I was listening to it. I noticed the struggle you had with it. So here's where I jump in. And this week I'm giving a big shout out, especially to the article by Crazy Bill. Ring of Honor on Destination America, The War Begins. Very interesting stuff with the news that Destination America have decided to, well, scrap TNA, and basically they are bringing on Ring of Honor onto their network, so that's pretty big news. The War
Where's that
Begins.
leave Drew?
Where does that leave Drew? That's the big
Probably in
question.
the bin like he was in WWE.
Well, if that's a genuine dig, you do know he's not just on TNA. He's like,
No, he's doing house shows and that.
House shows.
oh my
Bless
God,
you,
I'm
mate. Bless you,
not going
Mike.
to issue a response when he's talking out his ass.
Because I'm such a big WWE fan, I wouldn't know what another show was.
So anyway, check out that article over on ProWrestlingPowerhouse.com. Great stuff over there, as I do always love to say. So check them out.
Have you ever considered getting a job in the WWE plugin? Because they're shy at it.
What's that? They're drinking my Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Oh god.
I tell you what, Jerry Lawler, right? He sipped some of it and he actually looked like he enjoyed it. For a second, I thought, might have a bet of that.
Oh, it was funny when he had it a few weeks back, or maybe even months back, when he sipped it, and he looked really like baffled by what he just drank. He looked like he thought it was
It's
disgusting.
literally like, before they go on air, JBL pours out, pisses in it, and then when he has a bit of smell, it's like, what the fucking hell is that? I'm not drinking that. If I was like, you know, an executive of Mountain Dew's market, I thought, what the fuck are we paying all this money for them to just get the piss taken out of us?
Speaking of that,
Mental.
did you see the Sonic plugin they did on Raw? That was
Oh,
pretty
we'll get into that.
cringeworthy as well.
It pissed me off, that. The only good one, we'll just may as well talk about it now.
Yeah,
It weren't
just,
really
yeah, it's
relevant,
not.
was
I
it?
was gonna say it's not.
Axel, theirs was terrible. Axel and Sandals was terrible. Who else? New Days was terrible. It was
Oh,
just
theirs
awful.
is alright. Theirs is
And
pretty
then
funny.
Big Show was like, I'm going to need all 41 flavours. And he went, what? He went, what? I'm a method actor.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I
That's-
noticed as well, it seemed like the cups was just cardboard and they just put like some false squirty cream on the top of it.
Well, did you know that ice
that's
cream
pretty
adverts are potatoes, not ice cream?
Well,
Ice
there
cream
we go.
melts.
Must have been a potato
what?
then.
Seeing those Sonic promos actually got me excited for America.
Actually made me want to go to the cinema and pay 15 quid for a slush.
I don't think Sonic cost that much, you know. Could be wrong. Pretty sure
Who
it did
knows?
last time I
No,
went.
have you been to the cinema and bought a slush though?
Well, what's that got to do with a Sonic?
No, they're both ice, aren't they?
Calm
Anyway,
down.
let's move on to Raw.
Any Americans get in touch with us and tell us how much it costs for a Sonic and whether it
I'll
tastes
tell ya.
nice either.
Not that much, and I can't wait to get one.
Well, there we go.
Great.
We'll be over in
Live
Houston next
reaction
year.
coming to the channel.
Is it Houston? Or not?
What?
It's Dallas, isn't it? Dallas.
Neither
my
is it.
God. Doesn't know where he's going.
Even I knew.
I don't even know where I'm going. I just know I'm getting on a plane. That's as much as I know.
I know I'm getting on a plane without Mike, because I cannot be fucking arsed with that for free.
You mean Aaron?
No, you.
No, I'll just be sat silent on the whole thing. Like,
I'll just be singing
Fretting.
Barnaby.
You know what?
Earphones on.
I'm going in first class.
I bet you are. All that dough.
All that dough from working at that canteen.
Hashtag works more hours than Mike.
Hashtag canteen
Saying
life.
that, who doesn't work more hours than Mike?
Students, that's who don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lazy students.
oh, too busy
no one
building
said-
this
no one
network.
said-
Well,
No one wants to hear our
I digs at Lazy Aaron, so let's move on to Raw.
Yeah.
inside reference bickering. Let's go.
We started with the Authority.
The authority again. I
Respect
just
my
like kind of
authority.
rolled my eyes when I heard Triple H's theme song again. It's like,
I don't
we're
like Triple
starting
H
with
now.
another 20-minute like.
I
segment.
enjoy it. We've said that on this podcast for weeks and weeks out. Like you've moaned and then go, I do enjoy it to be fair. And then every week you go, fucking hell, starting one up.
Well, to be honest, I did kind of enjoy. No,
I did. Seth went a bit crazy though.
no, you know
You know
what? It
what?
was all right actually.
Does anyone else love Triple H having like half his shirt unbuttoned in a suit? It
No.
just looks so
To turn
fucking
you on,
badass. Love it, man. I don't care. I fucking love it.
Well,
The ass kicker is slowly coming back.
it is indeed. That's
You
great
just
stuff.
wait. Soon it's going to be the leather jacket. Can't wait.
Grow
It
his
sounds like he's on
ponytail.
Blackpool front there,
Yeah.
Mike.
You know, fun fact: Triple H, he just tenses and the ponytail appears.
Wow.
That's what it does.
So the authorities do come out for a promo. Ratings ends up interrupting it, and eventually gets a title ladder match for Ambrose at Money in the Bank.
Which was nice of him.
It was very nice for him, wasn't it? Best friend
Yeah.
Roman.
Best
you know-
BFFs.
Seriously, I might have been taking the piss. I did not hear one boo for Reigns.
I don't mind him, me.
I'm not.
I'll give
never
it
asked
to
that.
him. This like best friend role that they're doing with
It's
him,
really working,
It's
isn't it?
really, really working. Like crazily working.
Is it working for you, Aaron?
No,
You said it's working for him.
I didn't say it's working for me.
No, you
You
said.
just said it's working.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
said-
working,
he
but
said
not
it's
for
working
me.
technically, not for him. Though.
You know,
His
The
ass
thing is,
is alright.
no, right? No,
he's
you
like
think
rats. You never 10 feet away from one of the bastards.
after Money in the Bank, God, it's not even happened yet.
Pretty sure you're a few miles away. from him.
Elimination Chamber, it was like I was kind of warming to him, and
Yeah.
then they announced this line.
Just because he went on the card.
No, and like
Yeah. Outside our man.
Like, he's not on the card. I'm warming to this.
yeah, it's
guy.
like I'm warming to this guy. I don't
Well, I'm
see
like
much to
Brian,
it. So yeah, I was warming to him like by the time Money in the Bank came round, and then it gets announced this Money in the Bank match, and it's like, oh god, he's gonna win, isn't he? It's like they're still gonna try and push this guy as the face, and then that's when it sets in what's actually happening, and that's when he doesn't win me over again.
Mate.
You know what else was weird?
Sound like I've just really disappointed you there, Adam.
To bring up the Elimination Chamber, I don't think the Elimination Chamber's that good in the PG era.
Mate, we just got.
I know we've just got past that. And
Could
But
you
I just
have said
wanted
that?
to put my 2 cents in.
You know what? I don't think it's that bad. Why is it not that good in the
You don't
Olympics?
bleed or anything. There's nothing
Oh,
like.
you know what? You're such
Oh,
an IWC
We're not.
smart.
It's not even that though. Like, you know, when they get thrown into the cage, you're like used to like just. I don't want blood. What I'm saying is like.
You
It's
just
sort of
said
like-
it's not.
I know,
I don't
yeah.
want blood, but it's shit.
It's realistically like from all the chamber. You think, God, these people have got tougher since their matches. Christ, they're all a bunch of pussies back then.
Fair enough.
So anyway, that promo, and then Seth Rollins went mental and said,
He
"Yeah,
did.
I'll give you my match."
It was cool to see that side from Seth, actually. Usually he's being the chicken shit heel, but it was nice to see him kind of speaking up for himself, I suppose.
Yeah, it was nice doing that. Yeah,
It was
Thought
very
so,
nice, wasn't it?
And he sort of like shit on the authority.
And then Triple H got very angry.
Triple H is
Me
always
angry.
angry.
And he puts Reigns, he basically tells Reigns that he's got to win his match tonight to stay the Money in the Bank match. And then it was announced he would be fighting. Well, it wasn't announced, was it? Did Barrett just come straight out?
Yeah, he just came straight. Went, yeah, that match is now.
Yeah, and then Barrett came out, and it's like,
Did his job a roll, and then
yeah, I was gonna say Barrett falling into his
trap.
kind of like a
Venus
jobber
fly
role
trap.
that we keep saying he's on. It is a shame to see how they're treating Barrett. It's really is a shame. He was getting really over, and now it's
getting really under.
Yeah,
Been thrown under the bus.
Like you say, he's lost now. What, like 3-4 times clean? No, 4 times, wasn't it? Like cleanly in a week. That's pretty bad. That. Like,
I know. Even I haven't lost that much in a week.
Oh, so anyway, Reigns picks up the win in this one. He keeps his spot in the Money in the Bank match,
Thank
but
God for that.
I know, yeah. What would we do without that?
Good match though.
Yeah, it was a decent match actually. I did kind of enjoy it.
Although he said kind of, it was alright considering it was Reigns in the match. You know what I mean? But you know, he still is a shitter.
It was like it was good for a Reigns match. Oh, shots fired.
I think he's just been a bit of a hater. I mean, I'm warming to the guy.
Just because you're warming to him doesn't mean I have to.
Well, you warmed to Cena because I liked him.
No, I did.
I think you did.
I warmed to see them.
I think when
because
you
his
met a genuine
character became
Cena,
more enjoyable.
you met a genuine Cena fan. You thought he's got his he knows how to watch WWE. I'm
Of
gonna follow his
course.
path.
Of course.
I'm gonna follow the buzzards.
So Reigns did keep his place in the match, but that wasn't the end for
Spoiler
Reigns.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
I meant about as in Reigns winning. Never mind. Anyway, I love what Triple H said to him. He went, what did he say? Like, keep your vest on, like, and then he just said,
Wait, wasn't
got
that later on? Or?
No, that was like at the end because he said, "Well, let me guess, should I keep my vest on again?"
That was after Henry, wasn't it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that. Was
Oh
the
right,
first
you
bit.
just bring. Oh right, sorry. It's just that you brought it up then.
Get the wig split.
It threw me off.
And then Triple H just went, "Your next match is against Mark Henry. Be careful, don't get your wig split." Something like that. I thought, oh, brilliant.
No, he sang the song.
Oh
Somebody's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
he
a
went,
wig
someone's
split.
gonna get a wig split. That was even better then.
But before that, we had Ryback versus The Miz that was about to happen.
And then that big fat Big Show knocked him out.
Oh,
They used to be friends, them two.
When his music hit, I was like, "Oh God, Big Show's back!" But
Why didn't we have a tag match? Jesus Christ, main event. Anyway, why didn't we have Big Show versus Ryback or knock him out at least?
well, because they're gonna save that for Money in the Bank, aren't they?
Why though? I want it now.
Well, you don't get it now.
Oh.
So anyway, we had another one of Big Show's turns. He came out as a heel, turned face by
stayed.
punching Miz. No, that was kind of a face turn, punching Miz.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, because all
I
the
think it
crowd
was.
cheered. All the crowd was like, "Yeah!" And then,
And he turned heel again.
and then he got on the mic, and then he turned heel again. So
I think that's his record, isn't it? I think he's probably done it like.
I think he has, because it was like within 30 seconds he went heel to
I think he
face
did
to heel
27,
again.
didn't he? Once, so well,
Oh.
nearly did it, nearly.
There we go. So
Next we had, if I might be wrong here in the time frame, but the greatest promo ever. After Owens came out and just started ranting, and then I prefer his son. You know, he's a Cena fan. He knows how the world works. That was brilliant. That when he said,
I like
"I was John."
like all the kids when everyone started booing because he said his kid was a fan, and then he went,
Yeah.
"Come on, he's a kid."
I know, yeah, that was really funny. He's such a perfect heel, Owens.
I thought you were going to say perv then.
What?
I was going to say that's Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, it is. But no, this was great promo from both guys, really.
John Cena's was just brilliant.
You're always giving Cena the praise, but you don't know how to give Owens the praise.
Owens' promo was good, but Cena's just knocked out of the park. It was so good.
I know there's been a lot of controversy with people saying he's exploited, a sick kid.
That's bollocks.
To get a face reaction.
No, that's bollocks. That.
Thoughts on that, guys? I think you've just made it clear, Mike.
If it was an actor, yes, but no, it was a real person. He actually gave belief to someone. So what's wrong with that?
If what was an actor?
I know it weren't. I'm saying if it weren't actually real, if it was just said it to someone in the crowd, but she does actually think it, so it's sort of it's both parties. John Cena looks great, and then she got a message off her hero. What's wrong with that?
There we go.
Oh, it was so good. I was nearly crying, I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
Yeah, I did,
It was very nice.
I actually did, I'm going to lie.
Oh.
I'm just a mad ass. So,
Aaron's made of steel.
Man of steel.
I won't go that far, but Adam and I are bawling our eyes out about Cena being such a great guy and giving hope to someone who's on a terminal illness.
No, it was just when he
just yeah, whatever.
It was just when he pointed at me when
Is it bad that I actually kind of did act like that? I just wasn't really affected by it. Is that bad?
Oh, you heartless bastard.
I know, that makes me feel really bad.
But you should, I would.
I
don't stone.
It just, I don't know, it's just... I don't know, I'm not even getting into that, I just...
Getting goosebumps thinking about it.
Alright. But no, great promo by Cena and by Owens. I think their feud is kind of the hottest thing going right now.
Oh, I just love when he went, and you know why, he still likes me more than you. It's yes, Cena.
So, in the promo, though, a thing that I took issue with...
no, go on.
Cena kind of burying Adam Rose. That was a bit on...
how good was that? He should have said it to Brian, though.
It wasn't necessary, really. And it kind of contradicted...
Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine?
No, look, but it contradicted, the message that he's been putting across in, the open challenges. It's he's been saying every week that, everyone has a fair shot and the title's not affected, by politics and stuff like that.
Yeah, but let's be fair, though. He's going to kick shit out of Adam Rose.
Yeah, but that's not the point. You don't come out with a line, if this is all about marketing or whatever it was, everyone would be walking around wearing Adam Rose t-shirts. It's that was a real low blow, so... Anyway...
It was necessary.
So I put a tweet out about this, and if you go over to Adam Rose's Twitter account, you'll see that he did retweet it, so... Obviously, he's sharing that opinion there with me.
Maybe he knows he's buried. He's buried himself. The WWE buried him. John Cena made a little comment, and everyone, loses their minds.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I'm not being funny. Take this from someone who owns an Adam Rose t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't think what Cena said was that bad.
At the end of the day, though, if he'd have said something about Brian, he'd have gone over and go, "Oh no, Brian, no." But it was Adam Rose. Adam Rose is he was great when he started, and then WWE sort of I don't think American crowds get it.
Don't get me wrong, I won't be saying that if Adam Rose was a big deal.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it though. We wouldn't say it if it was a big deal. That's the point.
It's kind of depressing, actually. I'm just looking at Adam Rose's Twitter account tonight, and he seems to be a bit I don't know. He seems to be a bit down as such. He put out a tweet saying, "To all those who did buy an Adam Rose shirt, thank you. I have an action figure as well." Which
so there you go, plugging and there you go. No, exactly what Cena said.
Yeah, he was being sarcastic there, and then anyway, he ended up saying, "Rosebuds need to calm down. John Cena is an amazing role model. Both my kids have Cena merch." So that's kind of nice of him that he's being a bit of a class
retweeting
actor.
that. Give me a second.
No, so then anyway, he said, you won't be happy with this one, Mike. Fight Owens, fight is the true future. Love it or hate it, the man is here to stay. And then kind of the one that's a bit touching is he's put out a tweet a couple of hours ago saying,
there we go, muted.
Some of us fight for power, fame and fortune, and some of us go to work every day to just feed our family. And he's put a picture of his kids. I think that's the truth in these tweets he's been putting out. I think that kind of speaks in a way. I think he is a bit hurt by the comments.
Does anyone want to just tweet him the picture of that record? The record of Crimea River.
Oh, mate, he's so awful.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
no, I feel a
yeah.
bit bad for him that it does, like, I mean, maybe this'll give, like, WWE a kick up the arse to put him in something good.
Mike,
Yeah?
you're really sorry you'll go out and buy an Adam Rose t-shirt.
Not made of money. You see how much it costs to ship? I'm not a student.
Did you
Can't
ever
get it for free.
see
for me.
the E60 documentary that was out on WWE?
What the hell's an E60 documentary?
It was
ESPN.
really good.
Yeah.
What?
ESPN,
Oh, right.
They put out a documentary about WWE. It was very, very good. Adam Rose was one of the people featured in it. It was showing like how one of his kids has to be like fed through a tube.
Oh.
And apparently he's not like expected to have a long lifespan, and I think it's a bit of a dig for Cena to say that, somebody like that doesn't really get an opportunity, and I don't know, I just think there could have been other people he could have chose to put that dig at, or just not use
Go
at
on,
all.
go on. Who could they put the dig at?
Well, I'd have preferred to him to not have the dig at all, but I don't know. There's just other people I think that he could have done it. I'm not going to say who because I don't know anybody on a personal level or anything, do I? But
come on.
no, I'm not going to say anybody because then I'd be just as bad as what Cena's done.
It's Brian.
Shut up, Mike. No, it isn't.
Is it Miss Down?
Mike.
Is it Curse Axel?
Mike. I'm not saying anybody.
It's probably Sheamus knowing you. You're a hater of Sheamus.
Oh God, I'm not saying anybody.
Santino?
Mike.
Drew Galloway?
Yes.
Yeah. Who? To be fair, no one's bought a t-shirt of his, so, there's no marketing for it.
I have.
Oh, fair enough then.
Yeah.
I have actually as well, so there we go.
Jesus Christ.
The old, was it like blue?
So fuck, he's gone.
It was the old blue one where it had like the gold line down.
Oh, you mean the McIntyre one?
Yeah, the McIntyre, not Galloway.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah, I meant the actual Drew Galloway.
Oh, no, not Galloway.
What, you're such a WWE fan, Aaron. No time for the
course I am.
We'll both have to get one at PCW.
We will
PCW.
indeed.
Yeah,
there's a nice plug for them. We'll get one back. Be nice.
A nice plug, aren't they?
So after that, heartbreaking and absolutely brilliant promo from John Cena, we had, was it Roman Reigns' second match?
No, it wasn't. It was Ziggler defeating Kofi, and then we got the New Day beatdown, and then it was turned into a tag team match after Primetime Players made the save. I was impressed with the reaction that Titus got in this match.
Yeah.
Really, that guy was completely over in this match, which was pretty good to see.
What's his finisher all about? It's pretty shit, isn't it?
Well, that was a new one. You used to do like the
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I was going to say, it's like Big E's pretty terrible, and I thought that was pretty terrible, I think. He could have had a better finisher.
Yeah, I didn't like it, to be honest. I preferred his old finisher, but whether it's a permanent thing or not, I don't know. But he did get a fantastic showing in that match. That hot tag was one of the best hot tags I've seen in a while. Crowd was loving it. Like, I was really shocked how much they got behind him. I'd say he legit got one of the strongest crowd reactions of the night, really. Pretty crazy. But yeah, it was a fun little tag match. It's crazy that the tag team division has suddenly picked up really well.
I don't go that far, but yeah, it's quite good.
Oh, come on, let's think of some of like the teams we've got going for at the minute. It's like
Tyson, New Day, and maybe Titus. Not really
just
included
Titus
in
on his own.
No, Titus' team, obviously, with Mr. No Days Off, even though he's had pretty much every day off for the last year.
Oh, anyway.
But no, not really. Like, the Lucha Dragons should be more pushed, I think, because they've started amazingly and they've done nothing since.
Yeah.
The Ascension got buried before they even stepped into the ring by a lot of people who physically probably will be buried soon. And then it's just like, who's the other one? Lost Matadores. I can't stand them. I think they're a waste of time.
No, I don't like them, to be honest.
But El Torito just wants super kicking.
Fair enough.
Why was he in the chamber?
I actually think he was pretty good in the Chamber, if I'm honest. I'd even say he had a better showing than Lucha Dragons in
Yeah,
the
but
Chamber.
why was he in there? That's the thing.
Why not?
Exactly why, shouldn't be in there. Natalia couldn't have just gone in and started wrestling, could she?
There's a difference.
Yeah, no, Natalia would probably be everyone in there.
So anyway, after that we had Reigns in his next match of the night, picking the win up against
He didn't actually
Henry.
get his wig split as well.
He didn't. Henry turned heel after being faced the night before. Suddenly came out as a heel, looking really mean and angry.
What a transformation.
Yeah, definitely a big transformation for Henry there. It was not a good match. It was there to serve its purpose, though, I suppose. Reigns gets the win by count out. Henry couldn't make it back into the ring. But then, after the match is over, he comes in and attacks Reigns.
Who did?
Henry.
Oh, right. Don't matter.
Do you not remember? Or did you
No,
not
I've
even
just
watch
gone on
it?
blank spot. I thought you said Triple H then, for some reason.
No, right, no.
I don't know where that came from.
I mean,
Anyway.
is there much more to say about this match?
Not really. Happened, didn't it?
It happened, and it's set up for the final match of the night, which we learned would be Reigns against Bray Wyatt. We'll get into that. I've got a whole bunch of problems with that, but we'll get into it.
As per
Moaning Aaron. We need a nickname for me on this podcast, because I just seem to be down on a lot of stuff.
The hater.
Aaron the hater.
The Slater hater.
Unless it comes to like NXT or Lucha Underground, I seem to be down on most stuff. I've noticed the common theme with that.
Weird, isn't it?
It's very weird. Should I discuss the next match?
Yeah, you may as well.
Shall I be down again? No.
Yeah, if you want. You're entitled to your opinion.
Nikki Bella taking on Paige for the Divas title. No, I'm gonna leave this one to you, Mike.
Well, we had Paige squaring up to Nikki, saying like, I deserve my Divas title match because, I won that Battle Royal in England, which she did, and then that like untalented, I'm not gonna mention her name, but she jumped in, stuck her 2 pence in, beat up Paige. So Paige got a match. Quite a bad match, quite a great match, I'll be honest with you, I think.
Did you find like the twin magic thing at the end was pretty like cringy, like?
Yeah, because like
they don't look anything alike anymore. So
it's like if Naomi took over for Paige.
I won't go out far.
No,
they did the best.
That was more of a gothic joke, but
they put the blonde streaks in Bree's hair.
But she wore a Brie top.
Did she?
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, it was kind of like...
One's got a bigger chest, I'm not going to say who, one's got a bigger ass, I'm not going to say who. I mean, I'm not being funny, but it was worse than that ref not spotting that massive hit that Naomi did to Paige.
Yeah, exactly, actually it was worse than that, because it was blatantly obvious that it was a different person. At one point, Twin Magic worked perfectly, because they looked exactly alike, but...
But now, like, even JR, who's like, no, that's not her ass. I mean,
JR.
The King, sorry, it's catching, isn't it? The King's like, no, that's not her ass, I know that ass backwards, and it's not
that. How was it Jerry Lawler that said that?
I just assumed that he would. He was probably in backstage.
Oh, right, sorry, you saying a hypothetical situation.
Yeah. I couldn't understand what Booker T was saying.
Can you ever? Oof.
No. I think it's like, I've watched that Family Guy episode where they take the piss out of American Idol.
No.
That Randy guy off it. And like, he's like, that was typing. He says all these things and he goes, and if you think that was a good answer, that was a good response to their performance, phone this number. If you think it was bad, phone this number. No one understands what he's saying. It's quite funny.
So anyway, Nikki did well. Brie got the win, I suppose.
Cheating.
She did. She cheated away to the win. I'm guessing that's going to set us up for Nikki versus Paige at Money in the Bank in a rematch.
Probably Naomi's going to stick a 2 pence in again.
I don't know what is happening with Naomi.
You have rather a camera again, that'd be alright.
It kind of is getting pretty stale. Though. The Divas division for the past 6 months has kind of revolved around 3
Paige
women.
and AJ.
It's like the division has revolved around the Bellas, Paige, and Naomi for the past 3 months, which is...
The thing is, though, is that, like, I mean, you go on about all these, divas in the Divas division on NXT, but why aren't they bringing them through? Why? But they've got good wrestlers, like I say every week, Natalia and Alicia Fox. Why aren't they being used?
Yeah, exactly. It's a shame that they have got such a talent with, a talented Divas roster, a women's roster, and
Naomi and
they
Brie
don't
Bella
utilise
in the big matches.
and
I actually think that Nikki is a lot better than Brie now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, at one point, Brie used to be the better one, but I think Nikki's way at sell Brie is pretty crazy.
I think it's because how much time she spent with John Cena. It must have some
yeah,
effect
of course. Yeah, must
No,
be.
we've not done it in a few weeks. What's even Marie doing this week?
What is she doing this week? Who knows? She's probably still posting.
I've not
Instagram
done
photos.
since I said I was going to do it, which was like 3 months ago.
Drew Galloway. What's he doing this week?
Where's Sylvester Lafort?
All right, yeah. Yeah, where is this guy? It's like, how long is it since we've seen him now? It must be way over a year or something now.
Oh.
Sylvester Lafort.
I don't
I don't know who that is.
His music is so good.
Okay.
You'll like him.
You will, Mike. He's
You said
great.
that about Texas.
I can't do anything.
I'm not going to get into this.
Oof.
Anyway, let's move on.
So we get Bull Festive Night. What? Who said that? I'm sorry. Autumn versus Sheamus. I didn't really watch this match. So,
Aaron, hey.
well, I had it on, but it was at the point where I was like, oh, Orton and Sheamus, what do I care about this? So I kind of tuned out
Nice
a
little
lot.
beatdown. Turned out to be, I should say.
It did. It was quite a long match before it got to the beatdown, though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or was that just me feeling like it was longer than it actually was?
Just Aaron feeling like that.
Just 3 hours making its drain on you.
It's more than 3 hours though, isn't it? It's 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's another annoying thing about
Not
it.
when I watch it. You only get like 2 hours and some when you
But
get
it's
the commercials.
but like when technically it's 3 hours and 20 minutes the show now.
Mm.
When they
yeah, but
include adverts.
technically,
No, but
you
on actual you don't just not include adverts. That's what they're there for.
I still stand by that 3 hours is way too long for a wrestling show, but
no,
I still
agree.
stand by that. You're both a bunch of haters and get a grip.
Yeah, but
I
you
enjoy
say you enjoy it, but you skip through half of it.
I don't. I
Oh.
stayed up. To be fair though, I got in from work last night. Watched Raw for the whole 3 hours because I thought tennis was on at 10 and the 10.8 weren't until the next day.
oh.
I was absolutely gutted. What'd you say, mate?
Said 2 hours 40 minutes.
What is?
That's how long you stayed up for to watch Raw.
Right.
Unless you sat through the adverts. I mean, you might have done. I don't know.
No, I watched half of Raw, then watched and then I watched Silicon Valley, then I watched the rest of Raw.
Who
Just pretty
watches
much
that crap?
Do you mean I'm surprised you don't like it.
No,
They're always making tech jokes.
Maybe I'll try and get
Right,
into it, but I don't know. I watched part of the first
for
episode
our,
and
for our
got bored.
next for our next podcast, which will be brilliant.
Of course it will.
Our own watchers, tune in.
So anyway, that match happened. It was a decent little beatdown after the match. Well, to end the match, I suppose. It ended DQ, didn't it? There's not much more to say from this. I guess we're getting a Sheamus and Orton feud going into... Well, no, they're in the ladder match, aren't they? So
Maybe it'll lead from that, stem from that.
quite possibly. We'll see what happens with these two.
Hopes will be good.
Will it be good? Who knows?
Probably.
Tune in to find out. So, main event time. And this is where we get to the point where I start ranting and raving and going on.
Raving?
I'm
About
not
what?
raving. I didn't mean to say raving. I just start ranting about stuff. Right, first off.
Here we go. Ready, Adam, you ready?
Right, this is, you know what I said earlier, like, about Ryback winning, I'll get onto it later. Why is it, right, that Bray wins the feud with Ryback, Yet Ryback's the one to compete in the Chamber and win the IC title. Yet Wyatt isn't even on the card. And then they book a beatdown Reigns to go over him on Raw. And it's like, why have they done that? In my opinion, it's like Bray kind of lost all of his credibility in the fact that he couldn't get the job done against, a guy who had kind of run the gauntlet all night. He had injured ribs, and also, like, the Authority was trying to stop Reigns from winning the entire match. It's like Bray still couldn't get the job done. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this one, actually. Because I just felt like that completely ruined all the credibility that Bray's character has. And why should we take this guy seriously anymore when he couldn't even get the win in that situation?
Did we just skip over Bo versus Neville?
Wait, did Bo versus Neville happen?
Yeah. Can't believe it. I weren't going to say anything.
Was it anything to talk about, though, in all honesty?
No, not really, but still, you missed it out.
Oh, well, that shows how much I bothered about that.
Just couldn't wait to hate on Reigns.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
I was just that eager to be completely honest, I haven't even got it in my match listing that the match even happened, so...
Didn't even watch it.
That's a bad thing.
And I get accused of skipping through.
I didn't skip through it, I sat through the match.
Oh shit.
You know what?
He fell down the stairs.
Who's done that? Who's dropped something? Was it you, Adam?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was.
Oh, cut that out, no.
Cut that out.
No, that's...
Can't think what
we
it
don't
actually
cut
was
stuff
that I've
out on
dropped.
this podcast.
What's that dropped? Anyway, let's move on to more of Aaron hating.
No, I got my point across. I want your guys' opinion on it.
Well, I agree with what you said, but still, Reigns has to win.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. He could have won.
Reigns should have won by DQ.
Yeah, they should have been something else. It's just they completely ruined any credibility that Bray's got, in my opinion.
That's what they do every time. It's funny, isn't it?
It's like
every time he's lost a feud, he's looked good, and every time he's won one, he's looked terrible.
It's like he loses to The Undertaker. Where do they go with that momentum? Nowhere. They just put him in a feud that lasts a couple of weeks in Ryback. And then after that, what happens? Ryback, like I said, wins the IC title in the Elimination Chamber. Wyatt isn't even on the card. And then he comes out to lose in, well, not a squash. It wasn't a squash by any means, but he takes the beat down from Reigns, who was in a really bad state, had wrestled 3 matches, and had the Authority try and stop him from winning. It's just, I don't know, you can
Shit time.
try and I don't even know. Does anyone disagree with me? Adam, you're being pretty quiet on this one. Do you disagree with me?
That's how I disagree. Just one of those
closed.
just one of those situations where I know Wyatt's going to recover from it easily. I won't worry about it.
Is he though?
But yeah, definitely.
Do you think? I'm losing hope.
He always does.
We say this every week that he's not going to recover, but he always does.
What could happen for him to recover from this, though?
Maybe he has to row through it.
It's like
I reckon he's still going to be in the Money in the Bank match.
Oh, let's hope he is.
Why didn't we see Eric Rowan and Luke Harper in the Elimination Chamber, by the way?
I know, that's another thing, wasn't it? What are they doing with them two? It's just a shame what happens to the Wyatt family. They shouldn't have split them up. It was just the wrong decision, I think, to split them up.
At the wrong time.
They're still together on My Universe mode, so there's a cheap plug here.
Cheap plugs there.
And my team is fully together on my Stavella career. Ooh.
No one gives a shit. Oh.
Fucking hell. Out of nowhere.
Wait.
So, thoughts on the whole situation with Reigns? Do you think...
Loving it.
Of course you are. Do you think there's any possibility he's losing this match?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, of course.
What, when they go to the
we
trouble
don't know who else is in it, do we?
Yeah, but come on, it's like they've gone to the trouble of booking him like that on Raw.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think it's very likely he's going to win, but I still think, I like to keep that open mind.
Oh, cool.
I'd rather wait until we know who's in it before I get
fair
to say.
enough.
Before you start
Yeah.
hating on it like Aaron, before you jump the gun,
Always
Pretty
jumping the
much.
gun, mate.
jumps on top of it.
At this point, like, the way the match is shaping up, I think Reigns is going to be the one to win it. The other way I'd kind of be happy with that is if Roman wins the Money in the Bank and then later on in the night Ambrose wins the title and then Roman cashes in on him straight away and turns heel. I think that would be a cool thing to do. I think that would be a cool thing to do, and that would be the only way I'd kind of be happy with him winning. But
what thing you doing? What Seth did to him, maybe saying like, Seth did this to me, I can do it to whoever the fuck.
That's what I think they're going to do, And then it's sort of like Reigns
write it down. Write it down. So last
Reigns
time when
does
you got
that thing
right.
where he's like, I did what I had to do kind of thing. I had my moment.
I did, I would. His new t-shirt.
Yeah, because booking a Reigns heel turn would be the simplest thing to do. Like, he can play into the fact that the crowd wasn't behind him. It's easy to fit that into a heel turn promo. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's such an easy thing to do when there's someone that the crowd is kind of resenting. To turn them heel, it's an easy thing because you can just fit that in so easily.
Did you see that Q&A he did at that Comic-Con thing?
What, the one where he took a shot at Punk?
I don't know. I don't only watched half of it because I was in work and he came across really well.
That was the one that he had a shot at Punk, wasn't it? And people weren't happy with it.
But he said something like, someone said something like, "What do you feel? How do you feel about people that hate you?" And all, I think he went. To be fair though, they're still watching it, so I don't mind.
I hate that argument.
I loved it, mate. I thought, what a guy.
I really hate when people come up with that sort of argument.
But what I didn't like is that every reference it was to his family. If you didn't have a Shield, who would you like to do it with? The Usos. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, one of the questions was about because Punk apparently was the one that came up with the idea of the Shield. Like, he was the one.
So he says.
Yeah, but I think it came out that it was actually him because originally in the stable he wanted Ambrose, Rollins, and Cassius Ohno.
Who's that?
Chris Hero. He used to be in NXT. And
he's a big guy.
No, basically Vince did. I think it was Vince, or it might have been Triple H actually. They wanted a big guy in the stable, in the stable, and basically
should have put Ryback in it.
That would have been terrible.
Big guy.
You're not doing that. So,
big guy. Alright, I'll stop.
Oh wow! So yeah, basically Punk wanted.
Oh god!
Wanted him in it, and the crowd was. Someone asked a question, saying something about was it true Punk came up with the Shield, and Roman responded like the only thing Punk came up with was the GTS or something. It was like some really. No, that was it. He said the only thing Punk invented was that stupid Pepsi tattoo on his arm. It's like, what a crappy response is that? And that's a terrible response, though.
It's brilliant, though.
What sense does that make at all?
Because why would you have a Pepsi tattoo? That's just so hipster.
Alright. I thought he was going to expand more on that, Mike.
Well, it is. You get a Coca-Cola tattoo if you're a real man. Who likes Pepsi? Who chooses Pepsi over Coca-Cola?
Me?
Yeah, it's pretty shit, to be fair.
How do you hate Pepsi? It's so good.
Don't hate it, but like it's the second option.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Do you know what's good?
No, in my opinion.
It's like when you go KFC, innit?
I'd have a Pepsi any day over.
It's like when you're in a bar, you're ordering a drink, you go, "Can I have 2 Cokes?" and they go, "Is Pepsi okay?" You think it's not the same thing, is it?
I love it when they say that.
I go,
like, yes, yes, please.
I get our Monopoly money and go, "Is Monopoly money alright here?"
Oh god.
It's funny to cops, Aaron, because it's so easy.
So,
the guy. So let's move on then.
Move on to what? That's the end of Raw.
Well, yeah, but what do you think?
Well, no,
what do
we
you think
did
of
get
the week?
we got the Authority beat down as well, didn't we? Well, was it beat down?
No, Dean came back. He
we got Dean.
He gave Dean Ambrose the title. In fairness,
he did. He
No,
gave Rollins. You mean?
yeah.
He said he gave Dean Ambrose the title.
Who Dean Ambrose give?
What?
Dean give Ambrose the title.
Dean give Ambrose the title.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
One of my classic names, the same.
Oh god. So yeah, that was an awesome pop as well for Ambrose. It was a very loud pop. I'm loving seeing Ambrose getting the reaction from the crowd he is getting. Him and Roman make off into the crowd. Make off. Oh wow, that does sound good.
Jesus Christ, and Brokeback Mountain. It's not that type of friendship.
So they take off into the crowd, celebrating the crowd to end Raw. Pretty good stuff. Alright episode of Raw. It wasn't the best.
That Cena speech was brilliant. I enjoyed Raw. I really did.
Like I said, it was an alright Raw.
It's alright, yeah.
Cena's promo, though,
Anything
blew
special.
me away.
I bet it did.
No, I just said it did.
Oh god. So anyway, with that, I think that wraps us up for our Fallout, Elimination Chamber Fallout. We will be back with our weekly review of NXT, Lucha
And-
Underground, all that good stuff.
I'm hoping / assuming an exclusive PCW review.
Yes, definitely, if we can get that in.
I reckon we can. On the train back.
Definitely. That's going to be a fun ride.
Chicka 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 chicka. Yeah.
So I think that leaves us out for it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share everything. Thanks to all our followers at Podbeam.
Beam.
It's called Podbeam.
What did I say?
Podbeam.
Beam.
Not the same thing.
No.
No.
Right, alright, and thanks to them guys anyway.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks for listening. I'm sure to tune in next time.
Yeah, do that. See ya.
See ya.
You've been listening to the 3 Count Podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for more weekly wrestling roundup.